welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, the California heat, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. I am Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you? Why the weird face?
No, you said California heat. I'm like, did we talk about the California heat?
No, but I was going to bring that up because one of the days that I'm going to be there, and I think it's on the 4th, is it's going to be like 110.
That's okay, because you're going to have the fireworks and then, as per usual.
Yeah.
And you want it to be good and hot for that.
Oh, yeah, sure. But, definitely not. Well, I guess we're kind of used to it because we had that little heat wave a couple weeks ago, and it got pretty nasty here.
It did, but it's not that dry heat, not that high desert Bakersfield heat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good
Which,
shit.
Sidebar, speaking of Bakersfield,
mm-hmm.
Who Shane Gillis is?
Yeah.
I was watching what the hell's the name of that show? It's not the Hot Ones. The one where they eat the chicken wings. The guy does an interview while they're eating chicken wings and they eat progressively hotter.
Isn't that what it is? Hot Ones?
Is it Hot Ones? I don't know.
Yeah. Unless there's another show just
I don't trust my brain, Jason. Anyway, Shane Gillis was on. And they were talking about I forget what the question was or what the throw was, but he was saying how the worst show that he's been at was at Bakersfield.
Like the one that he performed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently they were so fucking drunk and so rowdy at this show that it was just, all they were doing was fucking just hollering and just he said it was a fucking mess, but he specifically said it was Bakersfield, California.
It's my home.
Yeah. So that sounds about right.
Yeah, says a lot about us. All of it's true. So, aside from the California heat and Shane Gillis, what are we talking about this week?
Well, there was another episode of The Acolyte that dropped.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about. Oh wait, no, we are talking about that.
I'm like, oh boy, I did the wrong preparation then.
Preparation H? What?
No, we'll talk about that later.
I got some vitamin M.
Yes. But so we were originally supposed to do Anchorman this week.
Some other A.
Yeah, for its 20th anniversary. But then this episode hit. And, I texted Dave and I'm like, dude, we gotta cover this ASAP because I don't feel like we should let this one, simmer for 2 weeks before we talk about it.
Simmer down there.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're just talking about just the Acolyte episode 5.
Yes.
So that's what we doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What?
Should we take care of some business now? Patreon, things of that nature?
Yeah, I'm like I don't know what's happening over here. The early start, I'm still configuring.
Okay,
so,
well, you can do that whilst I read and whilst I do our giveaway this week.
Ooh.
So we'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kalevich, Don Solsky, Helen Martin, Shotgun Mark, Nick from Swede Studios, Scott and Kim from Used and Abused, Catherine Rennick, Tina Land, Frederick Martin, Wally Frogmore, my wonderful mother-in-law Patricia Goodstein, Lord Helmet Fire, The Orange and Fett Show, Carly Vickers, David Schmuck, Chantal from Pop My Culture, Kristen Roscom, Sterling Asia, Dragon Buddy, and Nicholas Schaefer. If you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/thesidebarcantina. Thank you again for all of your support, and you.
My penis is so smooth.
This is the reason why we do this. Oh, man. I was all messed up there. So we promised that we would be doing a Patreon giveaway this week.
You promised. I don't recall that, but okay.
Well, okay. So, yeah, Dave was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Do it live! Do it live!
So we're going to go ahead and do it. I already have the random number generator ready. I already have the list of names. So we're just going to do it. As always, I click it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nicholas Schaefer. So, Nick, if you are listening and you, well, actually, no, we might be able to pull your address from Patreon. Either way, reach out to us. We've got a mystery Star Wars box with your name on it.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, Nicholas.
Yes.
Or Nick.
94.
So, I finally got your last name right. But now, like, do you go by Nick? Do you prefer Nicholas? What's the deal?
Now you're just going to call him Winner.
True. That is good.
Yes.
Winner Kalevich.
There you go.
All right. Do you have any sidebar stuff to talk about?
No, but no, no, I don't. But I did last week. I think I turned around and got the episode out almost immediately.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to try and do that again this week for this episode.
Yeah,
so,
specifically for this topic, yeah.
for those of you who do listen to the audio episodes, thank you. We love you. And I'm going to try and turn around this episode in the same expeditionary fashion.
Yeah, this way they can
Expeditious fashion.
They can listen to the show tomorrow on audio before they watch the next episode of Acolyte.
Ideally.
Yeah, so
this is the way.
indeed it is. All right, well, we're just moving right along here. We ready to get into our weeks?
Apparently.
All right. Well, as always, I have some new additions to
The sacred Jedi.
It got too quiet too quickly.
So-
what happened?
What did you do?
Nothing. No, it just after I hit the drop, it got real quiet.
Oh, weird. So this is a figure that was one of those like deluxe figures.
From Wawa?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
No, I just found this bag to put them in.
One
And-
of the 200 that your wife was giving away earlier?
Yes. Oh, you saw that?
I did.
Yeah, she's in a Facebook group for like local people, and you know,
That was a lot of reusable bags.
it was.
That was quite a
We've got a lot.
collection. Anyway.
And the funny thing is I always forget to bring a bag with me.
Oh,
when I go to
always.
Walmart, and I end up getting a new one.
Yeah.
So
That's why
You know
you
what?
end up with a car full of them.
I'm starting to wonder if that was all a big scam, just to sell these bags.
Yeah, because they're still made of plastic.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think they're made of?
Oh, fuck if I know.
They're not paper.
Yeah. No, that's true.
They're 100% plastic, and I don't think they're recyclable.
Oh, great. Way to save the earth there,
Yeah.
everybody.
Nobody cares. No, corporations don't care about the fucking earth.
No, of course not. But they have to do shit to,
Yep.
you know, make it look like they are, so people don't be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah,
Refer to my rant last week.
so this was a deluxe figure that was like Walmart wanted like $40 for it when
Okay.
it first came out, and I'm like, as cool as this figure is, I ain't paying that much.
Right.
But then it went on clearance recently for $20, so half off. So I figure I might as well buy two of them.
All right.
And the one is the good version of Black Kyrgyzstan, the big deluxe figure
Nice.
version. And I got a second one too to open, obviously,
Nice.
because you know the first Black Kyrgyzstan that I do have, that's from the comics. It looks completely different, and that came out before Boba Fett came out, the show.
So we don't know what this one looks like.
What do you mean? Well, yeah, because it's in the old school like
Right.
paperback. I mean, do you want to open it and look at it?
You have two of them.
Well, fucking give me a knife, or you open it.
Here, hang on. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, that's my backpack knife.
Yeah.
The one that's like jammed in the back of the backpack. So if I need to pull, yeah. I have too many knives.
No, not you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, actually, hold that thought. I might need it again.
It's fucking
Look at this. It's
Look.
like a mummified fucking.
right. So we're definitely saving the earth with more of this packaging.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Good job, Walmart.
These motherfuckers.
So,
oh, look at us. Look how much we care about the earth.
yeah. So while I'm still cutting this open, did you watch the debate?
No.
On, Thursday?
No, of course not. Why the fuck would I watch the debate?
I don't know. Well, apparently, like something like 50 million people did, or 30 million, something like that.
Good.
Watched it live.
Good for them. That I think a more quality thing for me to do with my time would have been like, I don't know, taking a shit.
Right. Well, I only watched highlights the next day. I didn't watch it live either.
Yeah, that's
Because I knew it was going to be a shit show. I just wasn't expecting what we got.
well,
Oh, who's got the better golf swing? You can carry your own bag. Like, what the fuck, guys? God damn, look at this.
that is definitely better.
Yeah, so check this guy out. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one. He seems shorter than Chewbacca, though.
We'll have to do a comparison at some point.
Yeah, he does seem.
And I mean, he might be, but he is definitely stockier.
Yeah, he's buff.
Yeah, he looks like he could fucking kill you with his bare hands. Just crack you in two. Alrighty.
Excellent.
Very cool. So the only other thing I have for my week is
Bronco Fett. You should be. Aren't you glad I made him open it?
Yeah. So I wasn't even expecting to do this today, but it arrived like 10 minutes before we went
you
live.
walked in here with some fucking strange package.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did.
My penis so smooth.
So I'm just going to show you. To the people at home, if you can see this, it's obviously a lightsaber case. Because my lovely wife, Kristen, who I love very much, decided she wanted a lightsaber.
Okay.
And a good one, too. So we got her the fancy version of...
Oh, the Ahsoka.
Yep, the Ahsoka sabers, and they've got blades. So pull those out real quick.
Ooh, they sounded stocky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They got a good feel to them. Now, these blades are weird because they screw in. They're not like the other ones that we've dealt with that are like, that you just like push in and turn. You got to actually fucking screw them in. So, come on. Oh,
there it goes.
Means it's active. Why don't you fire that one up real quick? Apologies to the audio listeners. We're just in here assembling lightsabers and everything. Don't mind us. Hey, there we go. So, and after she decided to buy these, we were just kind of talking, joking around. I'm like, oh yeah, we should learn how to. Or no, I think she said it. Like we should learn to actually like use the lightsabers and do some kind of training. And I'm like, well, you know what we could do? Because I've got that Black Series Darth Vader one,
right? We
could recreate the Ahsoka versus Anakin fight from the Ahsoka show.
Yeah.
In the World Between Worlds. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna.
Is his saber red in that one?
So he as he came out, he had the flash where it was him and Vader. It's like, you lack conviction. I feel like he had a red saber in that. Either way,
I thought he had. I thought he still.
Or if you had the baby killer, then I can do that too. But yeah, she wanted a saber. We got it, and it came in way early. Like this wasn't supposed to be here until end of this week, I think. And here it is on Monday.
Dude, the batteries on the baby killer are finally about to go.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. After all this time.
Look at that.
Yeah, and that was what, 2015, right?
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, because that was part of the Force Awakens product line.
Wow.
Because that's when the Kylo Ren blade came out too. So, what am I doing wrong here? What is going on? Okay. So yeah, very cool shit. I'll keep you updated on the. Oh, it's all right now. I can't put the box back together. I'll keep you updated on the saber practice that Kristen and I are gonna do, and yeah. So I don't know if this was a Black Series or what, but it was the price of a Black Series saber and then some. So
it's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah. And yeah, other than that, I'm going to California tomorrow, so hence the early start time.
Going to California.
And I've just been prepping for that. So.
Let's go to California. I know there's a song, and
Well, are you talking going back to Cali?
Well, yeah, there's that one, but there was another like
California love.
It wasn't that one either. Anyway, I don't know. I think it was more along the lines of Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius.
Those are so good.
I know, God, fucking. Why can't we have commercials like that anymore?
Oh, because that would be very anti-woman, and they'd be all upset. So
why? There was an anti-woman shit in those commercials, was there?
No, but because we're celebrating men, that's a bad thing now.
Real man, a genius.
Anyway, so what about you? What you been doing?
Inventor of the buffalo hot dog.
No, it was the foot dog. Or the foot dog. Foot long hot dog inventor.
Right.
Mr. Foot Long Hot Dog Inventor.
So, those of you, I post a lot of stuff on the Discord because being a social media hermit that I am, the Discord channel, I feel like I can actually like throw some stuff on the wall, and I don't feel like I'm exposing myself. I guess there's a lot of visualizations that
My penis is so
people
smooth.
don't need to have, but
Right.
so yeah, I did some yard work on Friday because it was fucking nice out on Friday. Holy shit!
I don't even remember at this point.
Well, if you were probably working.
I did work that day.
Yeah, so it was like I got home from work and it was like in the high 70s, low 80s. Like it was crazy nice outside.
I don't remember this at all.
And I had a doctor's appointment in Philly. So I was home from work early. So I'm like, I have to take advantage of this weather. So we had these shrubs that we bought. And I'm like, all right, these things have to get in the ground. And I'd rather do it now before it's fucking balls ass hot. So I fucking made myself a little drinky drink with I had a little transfusion. And yeah, I got to work fucking digging holes and putting moving bags of dirt around and everything else.
Is this in your front yard?
No, this is in the back.
Okay.
We had this little spot by the fence where I built like a I don't know, like it looks like a raised bed almost, but it really isn't. We wanted to put like trees and shrubs and something there, just give us a little privacy on that fence.
Sure.
And to keep the dust down because the dogs run back and forth. Like our dog and the neighbor's dog run back and forth like fucking like oh my god, there's dogs there. Like yeah, every day, every fucking day you see each other. I don't know, it's their thing.
Yeah.
So now I've got this stuff planted, but fucking I'm throwing bags of dirt and shit around and digging and giant wheelbarrow and doing all the shit I'm not supposed to do. Of course. Fast forward to Saturday, and then Saturday I'm like, oh, I worked on this. Now I need to work on all of this other shit. So I'm like working on 50 different projects at once. And by the end of Saturday, I was like a puddle. Like my body was just like, we're done. We are done.
Yeah.
We're not doing any more shit. So thankfully Sunday was a washout because we had all those thunderstorms rolling.
Yeah, the torrential rain that me and Adam were out driving in.
Oh, that's
yesterday.
fun.
Yeah, so like we were driving on 295 during the worst of it.
Ooh.
Like he's going like 30. I'm like, okay, just stay in this right lane. Keep some distance between you and the car in front of you, and you'll be fine. And he did. He did just fine. But like there were dozens of cars pulled over on 295 because they couldn't go.
So I drove to the lodge. And I was getting the mail, and I left there, and decided to stop at my grandparents' house. Like they're selling, it's being sold. They had already sold it, but the people are flipping it. They redid the entire inside. That's a whole another feeling.
Yeah.
Right. Of the like. Remember when they moved in there, and then we're kind of moving them out, and I was just like, okay. So and my grandparents are buried right across the street because there's a cemetery right across the street.
Yeah.
So it was over there, and I heard thunder as I was kind of leaving the lodge, and it's in the same town. So I was just kind of stopped, and I was looking at my phone just to get ow. Oh fuck!
Did you hurt your neck?
No. So I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, so as I'm sitting there looking at Zillow to see like the pictures of the inside of the house, because my snooping around the house to look inside the windows probably isn't the greatest idea, and I couldn't really see anything. That storm, like I saw some lightning. I'm like, seems like it's getting close. And next thing you know, It was there.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like torrential fucking just deluge of water. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm just going to stay here for a little while.
Yeah.
Which was, I don't know, it was kind of fitting. Like, all right, I'm gonna drop into a sap story real quick, but I used to, when I was a kid, little kid, my grandparents lived in this Victorian house in Camden, back when in the early 80s, and out the back window, there was a thunderstorm, and I was like scared of the thunder and lightning or whatever, and my grandmother actually like kind of took me to the back window, and we were like leaning on the radiator and just kind of watching the storm, and she just kind of was like talking about it. And it, ever since then, that fear of like thunder and lightning, like that, I never had that fear again.
Oh, nice.
Of like, and I'm talking, I was a little kid. You know the pictures that I post on Facebook where I'm like that like little kid with my first Eagles jersey and shit. So I'm like, what, 7 years old, 7, 8 years old. But I remember this in their old house on 34th Street. And they had a big bay window in the house that they moved to from there, which is the one that I'm talking about that sold. And and I'm sitting there in the middle of this thunderstorm, and I'm out parked in front of their graves, where they're buried, and it is raining, and I'm like, oh, this is, it's kind of, it was a moment.
Yeah.
And so I was like videoing, and I don't know who I sent the video to. I know Helmet Fire got the video, and I think I sent it to Kathy and Kate. But as I was videoing out the window, because it was just like there was an American flag right there by the mausoleum, and the flag is like, I mean, it's 25 knot winds gusting to 40, and the flag is just standing on end, and I'm videoing, and lightning, you see this lightning bolt in the edge of the frame.
Yeah.
And then you immediately hear the thunder, boom! I'm just like, whoa, that was close.
Might be time to seek shelter.
Right. Well, I was in the car, obviously.
Okay.
But I was just like, I was never like, I didn't jump. Like you see the camera, I didn't move.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, that was fucking cool.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, that storm you were talking about. How do we get on that? I don't even know how we got there.
Because you said the weather was nice on.
Oh yeah, because I fucked myself all up. Yeah, so Sunday I didn't do shit except for going and doing that, and
so you had your typical next day after doing all that yard work, like feeling like,
oh my god,
death.
And I'm in pain today. I'm in like, I'm in pain today. Like, yeah. I get. Ever heard of testicular torsion?
No. Did you twist your balls?
So testicular torsion, it's this like really serious thing, which I don't have, because the first time I was in this pain, I went to the hospital, and they were like, "This isn't testicular torsion," but there was. Oh my god! Look, I had some super invasive surgery when I had the re-repair for my hernia, and like I almost lost the testicle, and there's blah 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 blah. There's like all this nerve damage and shit. This is part of the reason why they kicked me out of the Air Force, right?
Yeah.
For the med board. But I get that sensation of torsion, especially if I've like overexerted myself.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, what I'm sitting here dealing with right now is that.
Ugh.
Like it feels like somebody's got my nuts in a vice grip, twisting.
God, that hurts just hearing it.
Yeah, and I've had it enough where I won't vomit.
Okay, well that's good, I guess.
So
Silver lining.
Yeah, so I can talk through it, But fuck me, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sounds terrible.
This is why I shouldn't do all the shit that I did over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's the worst. Anyway, moving on from that.
All right.
I do need a bacchiotomy though, because my back was fucking killing me.
Mm.
Besides all this fucking other nonsense. Then I was trying to clean up my desk. You know how sometimes your desk just gets like your home desk.
Yeah.
It just gets shit all over, and you're just like, God, I need to do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's stuff all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And I was in complete paralysis. Like, I don't even know where to fucking start with this.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So thankfully Kathy helped me out a little bit yesterday to at least get started on it. I have to go home to it. But I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, it's tough, man, when you feel like your nuts are in a twist. So,
oh shit!
Kathy came home the other day.
The hell is this?
It's Yoda's spaceship.
What?
Yeah, there's a Yoda in there. Open it up.
Oh, I can see him through the glass.
Yeah, this is I posted it in the Discord channel, like in the I Heart Lego thing. So if you're not on Discord, then please join us. I should post the link to Discord.
So did we see this in Clone Wars?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know canonically, but
yeah. I mean, it's a very cool looking ship. It's very TIE Fighter-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that windscreen of a TIE Fighter. So,
yeah, and even kind of the wings.
Well, this is, you think of the starships that Anakin and Kenobi were flying in the beginning of Episode 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. That is very similar.
It's basically the same model as that. You know, the baseline model for what ends up being the cockpit of the TIEs.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so Kathy got that for me, which was awesome, and it was a fun little build.
Yeah.
Dude, Lego has got their shit together, man. There's such good stuff out right now.
Oh, I believe it.
The Dark Millennium Falcon. Have you seen that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I want that so bad, and because I love the idea of I've built stuff. Like I've looked at that, like okay, I've built much smaller builds than that because that's like I think it's the mini Millennium Falcon, but in the dark color scheme.
Yeah.
Or it might be a little bit bigger than that. But you take those pieces and like, okay, I'm going to find the alternate color of those pieces and put something together in an alternate color scheme.
Yeah.
Case in point, this Y-wing that I'm trying to reassemble, like I'm going to put it together probably in a much more, it's going to have like this, the Rebellion's supposed to have these like junkyard ships.
Right.
So
yeah, ships that they just scrounge together from different people and places. And
so the Y-wing that I got in this Facebook Marketplace bin that I got a while back, I think it's the 2017 Last Jedi version.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very generic. Like it's got red and white stickers on it, and the kid who put the stickers on did a shit job. So
right.
I'm gonna peel the stickers off, and I'm gonna like recolor it so that it has like a little bit more of a ruggedized look.
Yeah.
But the engine pieces are the ones that are giving me trouble finding. Like they're not in my bench stock, so I'm probably gonna have to like seek alternate means to, like I might actually have to go out on the economy and buy that. So
hopefully it's not too expensive.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's not it's one of those things where even if I leave it, like if I build a scene, I was thinking about building a scene similar to something like we saw in Galaxy's Edge, where you kind of walk up on a like how here's a spaceport and you can only see like half of the ship. Because right now I have one, it's the Y-wing. I have the full cockpit. I have most of the fuselage, and I have one engine they sell.
Right.
But I don't have the other one. And there's a lot of little pieces in the other one. So if I never get that other one built, I might just build it into a scene like that.
Okay.
So that's the plan anyway.
Yeah, like a crashed Y-wing instead.
Yeah, or something that's in the middle of being repaired.
Yeah. All right.
So, last but not least, again, my wife, which is awesome. Bronco Fett said, yes, it was in Clone Wars. You guys should watch it. My wife, who is amazing and I love very much, she got Facebook targeted for some Star Wars stuff, which is great. Great for me.
Right.
And she saw this this thing, and she's like, "Oh, that's really nice. We should think about getting that." I'm like, "That would be amazing."
Yeah.
And I happened to earn a bonus, and so she's like, "Well, you should get that for your bonus." So I'm like, "Ah, you know what? Well, you should." So check this thing out.
Oh boy, what do we got here? Citizen. All right, it's a nice, very nice black box. And it is a pin, Darth Vader pin?
Yeah. So the thing that belongs in there was actually on my wrist.
Oh.
It's a watch.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like all black, heavy as shit. It's got the Empire logo in it. I don't know if you guys can see this on the YouTube. Maybe.
So it's the Vader watch.
Right.
So it's the way it's colored for the audio listener. It's got an Empire logo, and it has like Vader's basically uniform like material look to it. So it has like the black stripes where it looks like on the top, and then it has like the almost the scaly part.
Mm-hmm.
The
top of the box looks like.
On the bottom half with the Empire logo in the middle, and then it has like steel little marks for the hours, and then it's got little like tachyometer thing up in the corner, which is whatever it is. What it is. It is a very basic, just time to tell time watch. And it's eco drive, right? So it's solar powered.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I love Citizen's my favorite watch brand. This is my third Citizen watch.
I didn't even know that was a watch brand.
Yeah. My Aviator, like that I flew with for most of my career.
Mm-hmm.
My pilot's watch.
Yeah.
That's a Citizen.
Okay.
A Skyhawk. But yeah, I love what they did with the box. They have they have the Luke and Vader kind of homage going.
Yeah,
on the box.
Kind of like the yin yang, the black and the white.
Yeah, they did a great job with the presentation, and the pin that's in here is like some limited edition pin. This join the dark side.
Yeah.
Pin, as you can see there, and even the interior of the box. Like I'm keeping the box just for this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like my Citizen dive watch that I have, it came in. It looks like it's a little bit smaller than your
a water bottle.
Your water bottle, but it's like an oxygen tank, like a scuba tank, because it's a dive watch.
Right.
And they're not like what's nice about Citizens. They're good watches and they're not that expensive.
Nice.
So I know the guys and the gals in the Discord channel actually got a little sneak peek on this. But yeah, awesome find that Kathy had gotten, and I will wear it proudly. Oh, the other thing you didn't see. Did you see the back? Check out the back.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's a limited edition. They only made 1,977 of them, right? 1977. Very clever.
Yes.
So mine's number 319.
I'm looking for where it says that.
It's across the top, and then underneath it, it's got a picture of Vader etched in there, and then it says underneath it, "Join the dark side." It's pointless to resist. Join the dark side.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Not, and it's what's really super nice about it is it's not like it's Star Wars, but it's not so overtly like Star Wars that it's kind of like
Right. At first glance, you wouldn't even know.
But then when you really look at it, I think they did a really good job, and it glows in the dark.
Does it?
Yeah, here I'll show you. Put my put some light on it here for a second, and old school glow in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, check it out.
Oh shit. That's great.
Like the Empire logo glows, and the hands on the watch glow.
Nice.
Does better in natural light just because LEDs. But yeah, you can barely see it there. But yeah, it's awesome. My wife is amazing, and she spoils me. So I have an amazing watch to add to my collection. She didn't understand that watches are a thing, and they probably aren't a thing for every guy.
Oh yeah, because like I'm not a watch guy.
Right.
Mostly because I have an Apple Watch, but I can't wear it anywhere at work.
Right. And I have an Apple Watch that I can't stand because it's square. Like,
right.
I love the technology. It's fucking brilliant. Which,
Yeah.
sidebar, my father-in-law got a smartwatch for $40 that looks exactly like an Apple Watch and has basically all the same functionality.
It's just like a generic.
Yeah. I'm like,
Apple Watch.
Like, for $40. I'm just like, holy shit. I was just like dumbfounded.
Sidebar, speaking of watches, you know what I was thinking about getting for myself?
What's that?
It's like an old school pocket watch. On the chain, and you fucking pull it out.
So before he got this watch, my sister-in-law bought him a pocket watch.
Oh yeah?
For Father's Day. And got it engraved. And it's an old school pocket watch. You just open it, it's it's a little thing. I have a pocket watch that is it's black with an Empire logo on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got it at the Ren Fair in Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like decent quality? Like does it work?
I mean, it works.
Oh,
I don't know how. I wouldn't rely on it to keep time. That's actually like, so as I sit here right now, this is what kind of psychopath I am. Like, as I sit here right now, I know that my watch is not accurate. And I know this because earlier today, I was getting ready to call in for a time hack, right? Because I set my watch when I first got it. I'm like, all right, I'll do the time hack later. And then finally I was like, okay, I'm at work. I'm just going to dial it in, right? For those of you who don't know, you can dial the Naval Observatory, which has the atomic clock, which is like hyper accurate.
Yeah.
For getting time. And what we used to do as radio operators is before we'd go fly, we'd get a time hack from the Naval Observatory so that we knew exactly what time we were getting, because timing is really, really important when you're flying.
Yeah.
Probably a lost art with these newfangled kids with their radio. These new radio operators probably don't know what the fuck that is. Damn kids. Yeah, I hope you're listening. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a time hack. But oh shit. So it's an old school, like you have to turn it to get the date set. So I'm like, it said the 31st. I'm like, all right, let me switch it over to the 1st, right? So I go switch it to the 1st, and then I'm going, and this is at like 11 o'clock this morning. And I go to turn it, and all of a sudden it goes to the 2nd. I'm like, oh no! So I had to spin it all the way through. So like for the next, like I'm like spinning it, talking to people. I'm doing the slides, like last minute updates to the slides for the meeting I ran, this afternoon. And then like, I'm just, continually spinning it until like right before the briefing, I finally got it to the right date and generally the right time.
Right.
But I haven't had a chance to do a fucking time hack yet. So I know that it's generally in the right area, but I know it's not Nat's ass accurate because that shit bothers me. It just does. Like, I have the ability to get accurate time. I want the most accurate time. And I have to have it on a watch. Like, I know that the pocket supercomputer will give me really accurate time because it's getting it with coordinated signals from the satellite tower or cell phone towers and all that other shit, right?
Yeah.
I know that. Logically, I know that. However, I want my watch to be fucking accurate. I have to wear a watch
Right.
because I have to. Dave has to wear a watch. That's a Dave thing.
He has for as long as I've known him.
Yeah. I've worn a watch nonstop since I was like 12 years old.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty sickening.
Yeah, I never liked the tan lines. That's one of the reasons why I never got into
you
watches.
mean this tan line? Like this?
Oh, Jesus.
Doesn't even look that bad, but in person, look at how bad that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is your hair even like worn off?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, my arm hair is kind of blonde.
Yeah.
It gets more blonde anyway, but yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm always wearing the watch anyway. So
yeah.
Even when I'm golfing, I'm wearing a watch. So yeah, I have to be wearing a watch. It's a thing. So
what about in the shower?
No.
Okay.
No, you got to wash. Now, when we used to be on trips and I'd have my like legit wash with me, like my Skyhawk, I'd wear it. I wouldn't take it off at all.
Yeah, it's
I didn't want
and all that, right?
Well, yeah, and plus I didn't want any risk at all of losing it.
Right.
I got it for Father's Day in 2003.
Mm.
Right, and it was like, it's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Sentimental?
Very sentimental. Yes, that is the word. Thank you. Words are hard. But yeah, it has huge sentimental value, and the last thing I want to do is like take it off and put it down somewhere.
Yeah.
And then like be in a rush and leave and forget it, and it just kept it on.
Yeah.
I think later on, as I got more and more used to like how we traveled and everything else, I would just leave it on a jet. I had because they would issue us these watches.
Yeah.
So I'd wear that off the jet, and I just leave my good watch on the jet, because that's for the 2,700 some odd hours of logged flight time that I have. Like almost all of it is on that watch. So it's kind of a thing. But anyway, we're still only at 45 minutes, but that's okay. That's it. That's all I have for my week.
All right.
Awesome watch from my amazing wife, and some Legos from my wife. So it's a Kathy-centric week.
Yeah. Our wives take good care of us.
Yes, they do.
So, actually, before we get started on the main topic, I gotta take my pills early tonight, guys. So I might be slurring my words by the end.
Fair enough.
But because I gotta get up probably at about 3:45 in the morning.
Well, do you want to take a break?
Sure, we can do that.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
And
be right back after these words.
Do it wrong.
From our sponsors.
I forgot which button I was supposed to hit.
Oh my God. Look at these freaking
oh, that's
fish oil.
Fish oil, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
But they're prescription.
I was taking those for a hot minute, and then I had to stop because they were fucking up my stomach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My stomach's for as happy as I am as my colonoscopy was clear, my shit's fucked.
Yeah.
Probably has something to do with all the fucking
Drinking.
Well, yeah, drinking. Drinking never got past my liver. My liver just absorbed all that.
Yeah. And actually, I could, take a piss right now, too.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go.
All right. So, I'll be right back, guys.
Is it krill? Love, peace, and chicken grease. See you, Rick. Yeah. So what do we do now? I'm the worst at these breaks. I really am. Like I could never do a podcast by myself. I mean, maybe I could. I just would need like a head start. I would definitely need to be doing something. I couldn't just do it like just just nothing. Although I really I'd love to get synced up my MetaQuest, whatever the Oculus,
the VR thing. Yeah.
Love to get that synced up where I haven't pushed it so I could stream it yet.
Right.
Like I'd love to be able to stream that, like what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I know it's possible. I know you can do that.
Like
you can stream it to a tablet or a TV.
Yeah.
Or...
I'd love to stream that because I've been flying. Landing the fucking space shuttle is fucking annoying. But we'll get.
What did you do when I left?
I'm like, I don't have too much to say. Like literally, I don't know what to do when you're not here.
All right. Do you need you?
I'm actually good.
All right, then let's roll, son.
All right, let's put it.
And we're back. So,
what was I talking about?
Like just now on the break?
Yeah.
The MetaQuest, the Oculus.
Oh, yeah, streaming.
Or, no, MetaQuest. Those are two different things. Oculus is different from MetaQuest, I think.
Well, apparently, no, not anymore, because Kathy was telling me I think the one got bought out by the other or something.
Oh.
Regardless. No, I'm like landing the space shuttle, which is fucking awesome.
You're landing what space shuttle?
The space shuttle on the Oculus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you go through it, and it's pretty cool, but for some reason I can't fucking it won't let me fly the nose gear down, and it's fucking pissing me off. And there's like nobody on Reddit that's like talking about it. And I know it's not an aerodynamic issue. Like I'm flying it correctly.
Right.
Like, and I've done it.
And he would know.
I've done it a lot of fucking times.
Yeah.
So it's really irritating me. So I have to stop doing that. And then I downloaded the Pacific Warplanes.
Oh, nice.
So I've been like flying, like I'm in a Warhawk right now, a P-40 Warhawk. So you're dogfighting, and you're in the VR, and you're like, I'm doing this number, fucking looking for airplanes in the cockpit, and the graphics aren't like so good, but you can definitely get disoriented.
Oh yeah,
like while you're like swinging around, and like so I'm trying to. I'm cheating because I have the pips on the airplanes to help me pick them up. Because fucking picking up airplanes against ground clutter is fucking hard.
Oh, I could only imagine.
So I'm picking up the Japanese Zeros, and like I'm trying to, they nerf because they want you to play more missions to get better so that you can increase the performance of the airplanes.
Sure.
So in the beginning they've nerfed the airplane. So I'm racking this thing over. I'm like hard over on the fucking rudder, and I'm trying to like fucking get this airplane to turn. I'm like, this thing should be corkscrewing right now.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm in this fucking turn. I'm like, all right, come on. So that's been a little frustrating.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm assuming you're picking up upgrades as you go.
Yeah, I've gotten it better. But it's still fun. It's still fun to get in there until I get disoriented to the point I'm like, I gotta stop doing it.
Yeah,
because it does. Even for me, it does get me like it gets me to the point where I'm like, all right, I really need to. I need to take this off. You would think too that I would be doing the Jedi thing this whole time,
right?
Like we're about to talk about with the Acolyte, there was some pretty remarkable fucking lightsaber work.
Oh yeah.
Non-spoilers, but you would think I'd be doing that nonstop.
Right.
The problem is I'd have to like stand in the room to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't have a room that has a lot of really good like swing area for that.
Oh yeah.
So I have good for like fore and aft, but like my ceiling height is not very good.
Oh no.
So like in the dojo,
Uh-huh.
when I'm like doing my thing, I'm constantly hitting the fucking ceiling. Because I'm trying to swing up and get stuff that's up higher.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm like trying to I'm throwing the lightsaber,
Mhm.
and I'm like swing and my bam hitting my fucking hand into the ceiling. I'm like I'm going to break something.
Right.
So I either need to do it outside, which would be fucking hilarious for everyone driving by, like me with the goggles on, or figure something. I got to figure something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it for the flying part. I really do.
Well, good.
Anyway, but with that lightsaber shit, and we're talking about the Acolyte.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
main topic: Acolyte, episode 5.
Yeah, the
Night.
Apple Epic Acolyte.
And we're just gonna. I mean,
Haba.
it's been 6 days. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the Acolyte, episode 5 up to this point,
The people that have, hey, it's IVOG.
look
What
at that.
the fuck? What time is it over there?
Well, it's 5:21 here.
It's got to be like 11 something, I would imagine.
Sure.
Hi, Ivo. Sorry, I'm just distracted by our Bulgarian contingent.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna hop in when we go an hour early.
Yeah, it's almost 5:30 now.
Yep.
We're just catching us.
Yeah. So anyway, Acolyte.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Do it live.
Yeah. Spoiler alerts. If you haven't seen Acolyte episode 5 at this point, I don't know. You're either a hater or I don't know.
Maybe you just haven't had a chance.
Oh, that's true. You know, that happens.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you get caught up because this episode was fucking awesome. Like, no shit. This is probably my 3rd favorite piece of Disney Star Wars content. Like,
That's saying something.
yeah, like, you know, obviously The Force Awakens being number 1, and then that one episode of Ahsoka being number 2. You know, this one was pretty fucking good.
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna break it down.
Break it down.
All the way down because I took extensive notes.
Oh, I'm glad you did because
Yeah.
I did not.
Okay. Well,
In typical Dave fashion, why the fuck would I take notes?
how first of all, how many times did you see it?
I only got to see it once.
Oh, Dave, you're killing me.
I did want to rewatch it. It wasn't because I didn't want to. It's just because I was target fixated on doing shit outside.
Okay, that's fair.
And Kathy actually was talking about starting, like, hey, do I want to watch this? And I can't decide whether or not Kathy would like the show.
You know, I mean, it's the fact that it's set in a whole different timeline. She's familiar with, you know, the basics of Star Wars, right? Lightsabers, Jedi, bad guys.
Sure.
You know, so she's familiar with it. And, you know, we're all, you know, being introduced to these new characters at the same time.
Right.
So,
But I don't know if is there enough to keep a non-committed Star Wars fan engaged.
well, that depends on her. Like, and because
So she enjoyed like the Mandalorian.
yeah,
She was a part of the Grogu camp where it was like, oh, cute green guy.
yeah,
I'll watch this. But then didn't watch any other seasons beside the first one.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe not.
She's a tough one for Star Wars. She is.
Yeah.
I have enough Star Wars for the both of us.
Right.
But that being said, that was part of the reason why I didn't get to rewatch it.
Mm.
Then I was really busy today. So once is the answer to your question.
Okay, fair enough. I've probably watched it 4 times now.
Cool. Yes.
So yeah, it was pretty incredible. And you want to just dive right in?
Yeah,
Or
let's
you-
do it.
Okay, so you know the episode starts off with an unconscious Osha, kind of like off the side of a cliff. Because if you remember in the last episode when you know Darth Smiley appeared,
Right.
he fucking lifts up Osha and did whoop, or he is more like whoop.
Yep.
And then fucking that's when he blasts the rest of the Jedi away. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess he threw her off a cliff. She's fucking she's down for the count, but she's starting to wake up. And you know she finds Pip, of course. I'm starting to think that droid means more to her than anybody else on this show.
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I think it's her only real connection to anything since she left the Jedi.
Yeah.
Was this droid.
Yeah. So.
Which she's not really getting anything out of that droid. Aside for a flashlight.
Yeah. Which didn't really help her much.
No, not really.
So anyway, so yeah, she and you can hear lightsabers crackling in the distance.
Yeah.
And so she finds Pip, and then she starts to go towards the sound. She falls into this, what I can only describe as like spice. You know, she falls into this fucking like dirt pile, and it looks like spice from, you know, the Dune movies.
Like tinkly, tinkly, tinkly.
Yeah. And then she looks over and happens to see the corpse of a fucking Jedi looking right at her. Just
yep.
Which I thought was pretty funny. And yeah, you can see the lightsabers just beyond her as Darth Smiley is taking on all 6 Jedi, I believe it was, that were there.
All the ones that are left, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like when it started. So well, the first note that I made regarding the fight is, remember how we saw the guy that was like looked like Plo Koon with the fucking mask and everything? That's like the first guy he kills.
Gone.
So I'm like, okay, I guess that wasn't Plo Koon. And then yeah, he proceeds to just beat the shit out of these fucking Jedi. And very early on, we get introduced to, and I didn't realize what was going on at first, the fucking return of Cortosis to the Star Wars universe.
Yes, this was kind of a big thing because I know I saw parts. When did I did I actually respond to something, which I don't do, but I responded to something on social media that they were talking. It was kind of gatekeeping for the Cortosis thing, and it was like, basically, it's like, hey, look. Oh, I remember. I think was it in our group? Fuck, I don't know. I'm the worst.
Yeah.
But it was basically like, hey, for those of the people that like recognized what Cortosis was, like the Leo meme, right? It's like you know, it's so much of the stuff that's coming from Legends for people that have been all over this fucking Sacred Jedi, Sacred Jedi text. It's like. It's awesome to see stuff pop out like this.
Yeah, and you know they've done a really good job, and I'd be willing to bet Filoni has a lot to do with it, of bringing Legends material into the current Star Wars. So yeah, the fact that they picked something, you know, like this was pretty significant.
Yeah,
considering the impacts it could have.
Yeah, and the whole gatekeeping thing, which I can't stand that whole terminology, but was hello.
Oh, it was Black Kyrgyzstan. He fell over.
It is like for saying to people like, "Oh, you didn't know what that was. You know, are you a real Star Wars fan if you didn't know what that was?" Like, shut up. Why would they know that? There's a lot of like huge Star Wars fans that wouldn't know that because they weren't fucking reading the Sacred Jedi texts.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no, I don't get that at all. And this is the other thing. Sidebar. You know how I had my little rant last time about like all these fucking haters online and everything. Yeah. So after watching this episode, I made the mistake of going online. I'm like,
oh my God, Jace.
I'm like, yo, this episode was fucking awesome. Let's see what these haters think about it. And they're shitting all over it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking insane? And that basically like sealed it for me that the people that are shitting on the show, and again, I admit it is not perfect, but it's enjoyable. Like, and they're like, oh, those lightsaber scenes weren't that good. Oh, no, the acting was terrible, blah, blah, blah. Star Wars is dead. And I'm just like, fucking shut up.
Shut up. You just want to make them stop. Make.
Like, I think
there's so much. Yeah.
Well, I think we should start maybe a GoFundMe to raise some money to buy plane tickets and fly to each one of their houses and beat the shit out of them.
Oh, have you ever seen that there's like a YouTube short of I think it's in Ireland or something like that or the UK where they roll up to people, you know, knock on their door and they say like, "Oh, are you such and such that said that this comment like, oh yeah, I could have taken that hit from that guy." And they're like, Yeah, I posted that on Twitter. It's like, okay, cool. All right, come on over. And they bring the fucking boxer over that fucking, it's like, okay, here, so you can take that shot. Wham! And punch the dude. It's like, oh.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, well, it's not a real thing. It's
It's staged.
It's
okay.
staged.
I thought like this was real. I'm like,
No.
God damn.
Oh, that would be fucking fantastic if it was real. But that's like the nexus of the commercial. Like it's, you know, if you're going to post something, you know, be prepared for the possible fallout, because then it like had just a truck full of people inside. It was like, okay, next house, we're going to such and such a place.
Yeah.
And they have like several different places that they go to.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's fucking great.
And you know, the internet's great about that stuff. Like with the Hooooooooly girl, they found her pretty quick after that.
Well, did they really find her? I heard that like they found her, but not really. And
yeah,
like,
I mean, I guess some of it's unconfirmed, but either way. Well, think about the fucking Shia LaBeouf, he will not divide us flag. Do you remember that whole story?
No.
Oh my God. So, you know, Shia LaBeouf, he, this was.
Is this when he went crazy?
Yeah. And like he set up this camera in the middle of New York City. And it was just him and a bunch of people 24 hours a day just chanting, "He will not divide us," referring to Trump, obviously.
Okay.
And eventually it got shut down because, you know, a bunch of like fucking trolls came out and were fucking with him and everything. So he decided to then just make it a like a flag. Like he planted a flag in the middle of some field somewhere and, you know, just put a camera on it and it's, you know, it was the "He will not divide us" flag or whatever.
Okay.
The fucking internet, they used the stars that you could see in the sky to triangulate where the general area where this flag would be. And then someone got in a car and drove all around the area honking the horn until the people watching it on the live stream could hear it. And they're like, all right, you're getting close. And they fucking found it, like took it and celebrated in front of the camera and left. Oh yeah.
Well, I say unbelievable, but it's in this day and age totally believable.
Yeah.
People, it's just fucking idiocy.
Yeah. So anyway, sidebar over. And who was it that just hopped in? Helmet Fire. We literally just started the episode, so you haven't missed much yet. Just the cortosis conversation.
Yeah.
Which is very, very early. So you ready to get back to it? Anything else on the cortosis?
No, just that. Well, you're going to talk about the relevance, like how the why and the how it's being represented, or just the fact that it's there.
Well, no, like I mean, it seems like, as far as I can tell, the only cortosis he actually has is his helmet and one bracer that he uses. So because in Legends it was a very rare material. But it was actually the material that Darth Bane was mining when he was younger. Remember how he's mining on that fucking rock?
Well, it's in canon also.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and that's why I asked you about the New Dawn book.
Oh, because I haven't read the stuff.
Hang on. Did you look? Did you look to see if it was over there?
I never got a chance.
Hang on. I'm gonna look. Entertain them.
All right, Dave's looking for. This is a High Republic book, right?
No.
Then or is it a Legends book? What the hell is New Dawn? Somebody out there help me. What is the? I got that part. All right, I'm gonna say no because you're gonna be fucking sifting through those books for an hour, and I can't sit here and vamp for that long.
Yes, you can.
I probably could.
And I don't see it.
All right. So
anyway, it's been brought up in canon.
All right. So yeah, and we'll go back to the cortosis later because it comes into play again.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it in Rebels.
Okay. Yeah, my old brain doesn't work as well as it used to. So fucking Darth Smiley is just kicking the shit out of these guys. He kills Not Plo Koon, and then he fucking Sith kebabs 2 guys, which was fucking crazy.
I love the idea. Like, this is one of those things where a Sith or somebody like Darth Bane should absolutely would be doing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I got one guy on the end of my saber. That other person that's behind them, I'm going to force pull them into the fucking saber that's already I got here.
Yeah.
Deactivate my saber and go do something else. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
And even in this early part of the fight, like as his kind of cloak like sort of like moves closer to his chest as he's swinging his arms, you can tell his arms are fucking jacked. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that later when we get to the big reveal.
Right.
But yeah, he does that
I
fucking.
thought you were gonna reveal it, but then you didn't.
No, because
so I'm not gonna say.
We're not at that part in the
okay.
episode yet.
Yeah.
But
we all know who it is.
Yeah. So yeah, he makes the Sith kebab, and then fucking OSHA walks up, and she tries to blast him with the fucking stun ray, and he just looks over.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. And then fucking
which her aim is remarkably better this time.
Oh yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. Every time she shot it, she hit.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it didn't do anything to Smiley. Fucking Yor tells her to run. She starts sprinting away, and he's pursuing her. Fucking, he does the saber throw that we saw in the trailer, where it cuts through the trees and comes back to him. And fucking Soul comes in and blocks it and sends it back to him. At this point, I kind of got a Kylo Ren vibe from Darth Smiley, because they did some really good close-ups on his helmet, and it seems very Kylo Ren like
pieced together.
Yeah,
almost. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Because if the cortosis is very like tough to work with, then molding it into a helmet, because what the cortosis is supposed to do is it protects from being able to
read minds.
Oh,
I've got a theory about that too.
And as well as being able to basically deactivate lightsaber blades.
Yeah, and I guess we didn't really explain it. So anybody out there who has never heard of cortosis, it's this metallic material that when a lightsaber hits it, it fucking shorts out the lightsabers. So, yeah. And again, at first I didn't realize what was going on because this battle was going really fast, but like there were two guys that he fucking shorted out with his bracer. He went up to block and shorted out both of their sabers. I thought he had like cut the ends of the sabers off.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh wait, now they got their blades back. And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and now honestly, it took me it was the same. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then honestly, it was the internet that I started seeing on Reddit, cortosis started flying around. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then my brain went to Legends, but then I remembered okay, is this in canon? And then I remember Bronco Fett actually reminded me that New Dawn is the first new canon book involving Kanan.
Oh yeah, that kind of prequel to Rebels.
Yeah. We didn't do that? We didn't do that book?
I don't think so.
I know I read it.
I don't remember ever reading it.
God damn it.
So what?
Why does my brain suck?
It's because we're old. We're both pushing 50 at this point.
Oh God.
Yeah, don't remind me. So when Soul shows up, he tells fucking Yord to get her back to the ship, or a civilian to the ship. And he actually fucking force pushes her away when she, starts to mouth off.
Right.
So
that part of that, it took me a second, right? Because I was really like, why civilian all of a sudden? Why was this reversion to almost this militaristic type of okay, this is this person. Why are we using this language all of a sudden? And then I realized that no, wait, the Jedi are the Gestapo, right?
Right.
This isn't the Jedi are dealing with other humans. This isn't another human being they're dealing with.
Right.
This is get the civilian out of here. Just like a police officer fucking interacting on the street. Get these civilians out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same mentality because that's what the Jedi are at this point.
Yeah.
It's an interesting bit in the writing that I think was it was subtle, but it was jarring when it happened.
Yeah.
And and I'm hoping that I'm reading it right. And that's
I
why they
mean,
did
it makes sense to me because normally, and that's one issue I had with this episode was, you know, a lot of these characters, mostly Osha and May, made some real questionable decisions, and they could have done things a little bit better, but I digress. We'll get to that part. So, and yeah, so Soul knocks away the blade, fucking civilian to the ship, gets his lightsaber ready to fucking attack, and intro. Like we get the intro fucking logo and all that. I'm like, that was the fucking intro? Because it seemed like it was going on forever.
Right.
And it was fucking action-packed.
And it was only a 35-minute episode, too, by the way.
Yeah, which they packed a lot in here.
Well, 35 minutes, and really is the credits are fucking almost 10 minutes long.
Yeah, the end credits?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got like 4 dead Jedi at this point.
Dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Love it.
As fucking Yord and Osha are running to the ship.
Every time you say that, in my brain it goes, Fjord? He's pining for the fjords? He's not pining, he's passed on.
Oh, there's some good filth down here.
He ceased to be.
Anyway, so Yord, every time fucking Osha mouths off, Yord's like, look, I don't want to have to subdue you, but I will. So he is, intent on getting her to the fucking ship.
Right. I was given an order. I'm going to do this.
Right. Which, again, I think he would have been better served maybe staying with Soul, maybe trying to take this fucker down.
Hey, look, it's your last valid order, right? Who are you to question it?
Yeah.
Right?
Or like deep down, he was thinking, oh, thank God. All right, let's go.
Oh God, everyone's going to die up there. I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and then like later on in the episode when Osha finally convinces him to go back, he's like, Osha, please don't do this.
Right.
And
like, I don't want to die.
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if that's what was going through his head.
He's like, listen, all right, Osha, listen to me. Before all this shit started to happen, before you showed up, I was going to be a fucking Jedi. I was gonna get to walk around, beat people up. Like it was all peaceful. Like I was gonna be king shit, not have a care in the fucking world. Now all of a sudden everyone's fucking dying.
Yeah.
My Padawans, my masters going crazy. Like it's all your fault.
Yeah. Or is it? Or is it really Soul's fault?
Oh yeah. Well, yes. Also, yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. Then we finally hear Darth Smiley talk, and he starts off Master Soul, and it's like it's a real like deep, distorted kind of voice. I didn't dislike it though. I thought it sounded good.
He was talking through a helmet, so it had to be something.
Yeah, but it was also it had its own uniqueness to it.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the helmet.
Really?
Yeah, I just wasn't.
All right. Well, either way.
Yeah. We'll see what it looks like when it's on a Dark Series figure. Maybe it'll look better when it's standing here in front of us.
I can't wait for them to do that. Make a Black Series of him. Well,
it'll be next year when it comes out. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. They have a full-size Black Series helmet of that already, like for pre-order.
Of course they do.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny. But
what if they have his lightsaber? Do they have any of these Acolyte lightsabers out?
Well, I highly doubt it right now because like that his saber just got revealed, in this most recent episode.
Right.
So they wouldn't have pre-announced it. Now maybe they've already been working on manufacturing.
Well, you would have saw his saber though in the flashback, right? Because you saw him earlier.
Wait, who are we talking about?
The dude. It's not the same guy, right? Or is it?
So, wait, when you say the flashback, you're talking like when May and Osha were young?
So there was, or is that? No, it was when May was, there was a training sequence with May as I look off in the distance because I'm replaying the scene. And you see him off in the distance, but the lightsaber is lit.
Oh, that's when she's walking up to him when he's on like the cliffs,
Yeah.
looking out at the ocean,
So
and
that-
she walks up on him, and you see it
right,
ignited.
it's ignited.
Yeah.
Has anybody like done the fucking zooms in to see if that lightsaber was the same?
Not that I've heard.
Ooh,
But
somebody should be doing that right now.
yeah. And then he tells Soul, you don't remember me? And Soul said he seemed familiar. And then, they continue to fight, and I can't stress enough how good these fucking lightsaber battles have been up to this point.
Yeah.
Like, just so fucking good. And I love the way he fights, Smiley. And
It's reckless abandon.
yes, exactly.
It is just absolute fucking chaos and taking every advantage, and it's phenomenal. Like, if you're going to have this evil, this Sith, like, honestly, like, because he says, and he does say that he's a Sith.
No, that is not what he said.
What did he say?
I've been having this argument with my coworkers for the last week. So we're skipping ahead, but we'll come back.
Not very far ahead.
Yeah, it's a few scenes in between. Anyway, when he asks him, who are you? He's like, I have no name, but a Jedi like you might call me Sith. So he never specifically said he was. He just said that's probably how you would refer to me. Yeah, I know we're getting into, little semantic details, but
it's only semantics. Like, you're saying it as if it's not true.
Well, because I have some theories that I was gonna spout at the
Okay.
end of the episode.
Theories.
Yeah, that like he might not actually be a Sith as part of that Darth Bane line that's been going for 1,000 years.
Well, duh. Yeah. Okay. I'll be curious to hear your theories.
Yeah. And I mean, it's nothing earth shattering. So, and then the last thing that Soul says before we go to a new scene is like, you wield the weapon of a Jedi, or no, you wield a Jedi's weapon, but you are no Jedi. Very Ahsoka-like,
Right.
I have no Jedi. And obviously referring to the lightsaber. So I guess, is that another thing that is banned or illegal for people?
Only Jedis can have lightsabers,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah, so what if fucking Owen Lars one day decides, oh, I think I can build a lightsaber with the stuff, and maybe it'll help me cut my...
No, it's verboten.
Right. So like the Jedi are gonna fucking show up and be like, hey, we heard you got a lightsaber, hand it over.
Yeah, we heard the fucking... we heard one of these happen.
Uh-huh.
Give it up.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. So now we flash to May, who's still been hiding in Kelnaka's hut. She grabs this fucking saber, and as soon as she goes out the door, she gets fucking tackled by Jecki. And then we get this long fight scene with Jecki and May as Jecki's trying to, restrain her. And like Jecki is like pissed at this point because she's like,
Right.
you have you're being arrested for the murder of this person and that person, and she was like really getting in her face and like fucking acting all pissed off, which I like that. That was she was poking a little bit into her dark side. So, and maybe that's part of why the Jedi fell, because it had been so long since they've had any real war like this that maybe they started touching into the dark side a little more here and there.
Don't you think that the fundamental nature of this light and dark side thing is why the Jedi failed to begin with? Like, the idea that there can only be two things.
Right.
Like, you can't, in order to be effective, like, and learn from failure, you have to sometimes reach back. Like, where does your adrenaline come from? Where does fight or flight come from? Like, you have to be scared. Your body has to be tricked into these things. Like, how do you otherwise stimulate those parts?
Right.
Like, you can't just eliminate dark thoughts.
Right.
It doesn't work. That's why the Jedi fail. It's the Jedi's fucking absolute rigidness.
Yep.
that it makes them fail.
Yeah.
And that's what they consistently do. They just anyway.
I was going to say, only a Sith deals in absolutes my ass.
Right. That's bullshit. And the Jedi say that. Not have you ever heard a Sith say that?
No. And we get into more dialogue like that later on. So, yeah, so Jecki and what's her name are fighting. We flash back to Sol and Smiley. This is when Sol says, "Reveal your face." And the guy's like, why? So you can read my thoughts? And he's like, no.
But yes. But absolutely yes.
So this is one theory I have.
Okay.
So if this cortosis can actually stop people from mind reading you with the Force, can that just diminish, somebody's Force ability just in general? But then how does that work for the wearer? Because then you would think his Force powers can't go the other way. Unless it's like what's something they can go one way and not the other?
Like transmit, not receive.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what I mean.
Well, I feel like it's like almost like radar absorbing material, right? If I am like actively trying to, like, if everything is like this energy, right? And I'm trying to use energy to go into your mind to read it, and you have some disruptive force around it, then the energy that I'm projecting gets disrupted.
Right.
It's that telekinesis that's being disrupted. It's not the actual like use of the Force.
Okay, that makes sense. Fuck, lost my spot. Oh, and then we had the great line where Sol's like, "What master hides his face from his pupil?" And fucking homeboy looks over and is like, "You tell me." So clearly this guy knows what really happened.
Right.
Back, 16 years ago. And again, I mentioned, these are phenomenal fight scenes. And he shorted out Sol's saber, sorry, the meds. And then he vanishes, right? He hits him with a cortosis, Sol's looking down, he looks up and he's gone. And it's not the first time we're going to see that either. And this is where, because we were talking about like the way that he fought, when Yord tells Osha he doesn't follow the rules of combat. There's no method to his movements. And then it also mentions something about getting into your head. But, that's interesting because especially when he says the rules of combat, like, because, they're taught forms, as Jedi,
right.
And, they go through, practicing moves and stuff. But, it's like you said before, they've never fought a Sith before. They've never been put in this kind of danger. So, you could see how it would disorient somebody like Yord when he says like, oh, he doesn't follow the rules of combat.
Right. Because everything they've ever done has just been like, they've basically been in a fifth grader's karate class.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's had jujitsu and Krav Maga. It's like,
yeah,
fuck you and your fucking little black belt.
Yeah. So when he's telling Osha this, she mentions to him like, yeah, my mother could do that. Get into a Jedi's head. The way, I guess, Smiley is getting into everybody else's heads.
Yeah, we saw it happen.
Right. When they froze what's his nuts.
Yeah.
So again, that's making me think that at least one member of these witches is somehow involved in this because, they would have taught him that same ability, you would think. Again, no idea how he would be related to the sisters at all, but
right.
I really feel like there's some connection there. Jecki finally cuffs May and grabs Kelnaka's saber right when fucking Smiley shows up because, she's looking around and all of a sudden from her left side, you just see him sprinting and jump into the scene. And then we get a pretty good Jecki versus Smiley lightsaber battle. And, Jecki was really holding her own too.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, well, I was
at this portion anyway.
Yeah. And for this part, but yeah, she was, She was doing good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and I just wrote another great fight on this. And then he uses the cortosis on her. And when he does, she just pulls out fucking Kelnaka's saber because she still had it on her.
Right.
So she blocks with that, and then hers comes back, and now she's dual wielding, which then the fight got even better when she had fucking 2 sabers and was fucking going at it.
Yeah. And honestly, it's like the stunt coordination for these lightsaber scenes was just, God, it was getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like, oh wow, this is really good. Like, wow, this is really good. Like, shit, say what you could fucking hate on so much this other stuff. And like, I googled what's this nuts, Kamir's lightsaber, and of course there's like stories in there.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, shit, sorry.
No, it's fine. Again, they should have seen this by now.
Yeah, duh. There's like shit in here about how like, oh, that lightsaber fucking Star Wars introduces new Sith lightsaber that really does break all the rules. Like, actually, just stop. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. I was so distracted by the fucking nonsense. But as I was looking it up, the yeah, I fucking, it's gone.
Well,
it's fucking gone.
The last thing
God damn it, Dave.
we were talking about was Jackie dual wielding.
No, just the choreography for all the stunt stuff. And you can't, if you're not watching this and going like, man, they did a really good job with this, like, and you cannot be in the story, you think like, I don't think the acting is very good or anything else, but damn it, you can't watch this and go like, man, this is a lightsaber battle.
Yeah, as a
like,
fucking Star Wars fan, you should be loving this.
This is lightsabers, kids, and this is good lightsaber shit.
Yeah.
And if you can't appreciate it for that, then okay, and you obviously have Star Wars issues.
Yes.
It's beyond just fucking quality of the content. Now it's your own personal belief system.
Right, which, and again, fully admit, still to this day hate The Last Jedi. But I hated it because of its stupid story and its stupid characters.
I hated it because Canto Bite.
Yeah, and that too.
And Canto Bite and fucking Leia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Space Leia.
Space
Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that this person had passed away and you chose, instead of actually giving her a proper death, you decided you're going to fucking. We're not talking about Last Jedi right now.
No,
why would you do this?
No, because of the haters. And, again, we have our feelings about The Last Jedi, but it was never based on skin colors or genders or whatever. And, and we scream to the high heavens that that's not why we hate this fucking movie. It has nothing to do with that. Fast forward to The Acolyte. And again, I'm enjoying this movie. This show, and I don't give a shit what the character's fucking gender or color is. Just give me a good story. And they've done that. And now we're getting into some good fucking battles. And it makes me think that these haters, it really is some sort of racism or fucking.
It's just sensationalized, content. That's all it is. It's clickbaiting. That's all it is.
Yeah, I suppose. So, anyway, to finish up this part with Jackie, there's one point where they're fighting, and I think their like blades are together, and he fucking headbutts her blade to again short it out.
Right.
Which I thought was an awesome move. And as she's looking down at the fucking saber that just went out, she looks up and boom, he's gone again, just like he did with fucking Soul, which is pretty funny. So he's like, ninja vanish.
Yeah. Smoke bomb.
Yeah. And then now May is running because she got cuffed when Jackie took her down, so
right.
she moved the cuffs to the front of her, and then she just starts running away into the jungle. And as she's running, you get these creepy fucking flashes of Smiley's helmet, right, and him saying to her like, "You were weak," and blah, and this and that. And that's what I think Yord was mentioning, like how he gets in your head, like his helmet's just right there in your face.
Yeah, it's like a from Batman Scarecrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's very similar. Good analogy. I like
Thanks.
that. And then he stops her. He fucking cuts her cuffs, which I don't understand why, if he was really trying to kill her. And
Well, I don't think he was. I don't think he was trying to kill her.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think he was trying to punish her and fuck with her head. But I don't think he was trying to kill her.
Okay. Well, and that makes sense based on what he says later. But yeah, and Jackie comes again, and we eventually get to Soul and Jackie fighting Smiley. And this is one of the things that I disliked about this. May is right there as well, right? She's like literally from me to you, from Smiley, and he's got his back to her fighting the other two. And what does she do? She just fucking runs away. Like she, again, because remember, 5 minutes ago, she's like, I'm turning myself into the Jedi. What I've done is wrong. I'm going to turn myself into Kelnaka, and I'll, get whatever I deserve.
Yeah, up until, like, Homeboy is like, no. No, I'm here. I'm in your fucking head. Like, no. Shit's suddenly real. Shit just got real, son.
But, I mean, she had an opportunity to help in some fashion. But just like with Osha earlier, she just fucking sprints away again. It's like, oh. But anyway, it's a minor complaint.
Right.
And then, May reaches out to Osha as she's watching this fucking slaughter go down. And, Osha, this is when Osha tells Yord, like, hey, we got to go back. And that's when Yord's like, really? Do we really need to?
Right.
And yeah, so she comes up with the idea, like using the light to attract the fucking, the flying potato bugs and, lead them to where the fight's going on.
Right.
Oh yeah, and then she says like he's gonna kill them all if we don't go back, because I guess May was kind of communicating that to her, and they pull the bugs. Then we go back to the fight. There's a sick moment where fucking where he headbutts Soul's lightsaber and fucking shorts it out, and I guess that was enough time for him to separate Soul and Jackie. And Jackie's coming at him. He fucking makes a block or something, and then you get the view of her back, like if you were Soul, and you just see 3-hole punch.
Yep.
Right through fucking Jackie, and it's like, ooh.
Yep.
Oh, and right before that, she knocked his helmet off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he 3-hole punched her. And it was like, fuck, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting her to get killed today. Or in this episode.
Yeah.
But bye-bye.
Yeah. No, she gone.
She gone. Yeah.
I wonder if they did 3 to really emphasize the fact that she's dead.
Yeah.
Because if it had just been 1, it's like everybody survives that.
Right. Everyone's surviving the gut shots. Oh, no, this one's going to be through this part and then her chest.
Yeah.
And then this other part of her chest. Because, she's an alien. She might not have her vitals in the same spots.
That's fair. Yeah.
Gotta make sure.
Yep. And yeah, so he fucking killed her, and then it's the big reveal. He since his helmet was knocked off, he stands up and boom, it's fucking Khmer.
Yeah.
That we all kind of saw coming.
Right.
I called it last week, but it was pretty obvious that it was most likely going to be him.
Right.
And after this episode aired, Leslie Headland, the lady who's like the showrunner for this, she even mentioned like, sometimes you can make the twist obvious or, somewhat obvious so that people can figure it out. And it actually is that result.
Right.
So she made it sound like, yeah, that was the plan all along. They intentionally dropped those clues. So you knew it was him, but then you wouldn't know for sure until we got the big reveal. And the difference in his character, because remember, like he had the bumbling idiot alchemist character, And then now that the helmet's off and he's been revealed, the way he talks and moves and everything is so different, like 180-degree turn. And I love the way it comes off.
Yeah.
Like he plays a good fucking bad guy.
Yeah, it has like a. Yeah, it's very psychopath.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah,
going
and
for it.
that's
Like,
probably what they were going for. Too.
Obviously, like a twisted mind
Mm-hmm.
thing going.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the reveal, and then we have the. Oh, yeah. So he reveals this himself, and fucking Soul's like, Jackie, and he's like, was that its name?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, ooh, God, that's that's a good way to start. And Soul says she was a child, and he's like, you brought her here.
Yeah, and I thought this was a little much, to be honest. Like not because it was like so like devastating or anything, just like, all right, yeah, we get it. Like Soul I just thought it was a little like too squishy for the moment. Like it was like extra dialogue that I didn't think was necessary. Like Soul could have just like looked and been like obviously upset. And then I don't know. I just thought it was a little too squishy.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right. I loved all this back and forth though myself. And
Squish, 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 squish.
and then this is when we get a good shot of him without his cloak on because May shows up. He does the oh hello the way he did when he was the previous character.
Mm-hmm.
Then he fucking flung his cape off into Soul's face real quick, and then you really get to see his fucking arms and his shoulders, and I'm like, fuck, this guy's jacked.
Yeah. Well, he obviously like he's been working out. You can tell.
Oh yeah. And I guess the guy, he did all of the lightsaber battles himself. I guess he like trained very hard for this moment, and it fucking paid off.
Fuck yeah, man.
He nailed it, and that's I think part of it was just for the reveal of his physique too. Because every time we saw him before this, we never saw.
Yeah, he was all in baggy clothes,
Yeah.
kind of like homeless person clothes.
Right. So yeah, when he gets exposed like this and he's just fucking bra, it's like, oh shit, okay.
Excuse me, yeah.
He fucking throat pulls May because she was right there, and he had a great line too. He was like, "You really didn't know it was me." Like, not even deep down.
Right.
So that was even almost like him talking to the audience too. Like,
right.
You knew it was
like,
me.
come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Yep.
Everybody knew
now
when I walked through the goddamn door that I was the guy.
Yeah. And, fuck. I had a theory about that too.
Mm-hmm.
God
Go ahead.
damn it. No, I lost it. You lost me with Chappelle.
That'll happen.
Yeah. Anyway, and then we get the scene where Saul asks him like what his name is, and he's like, I have no name, but the Jedi like you might call me Sith.
Right.
So again, I have this feeling that he's not an actual Sith, and he's more tied in with the witches than whoever the Sith are that are followed Darth Bane's rule of 2. But we'll see. We'll see. And then this is when Saul asks, okay, well, what do you want? And he said, freedom to wield my power the way I like without having to answer to Jedi like you. And that goes right back to the sisters, how this whole fucking series started, right? Because the Jedi said like, no, you can't use the Force like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same
The
fucking
Gestapo
situation.
said, this is how you use the Force.
Mm-hmm. And then he said, I want an acolyte, which now has me thinking that, if he is indeed part of this rule of 2 line that eventually leads to Palpatine,
he needs an apprentice.
yes.
Just like Bane did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a search for an apprentice.
Yep.
So in a world where all of the Force users are controlled, right? The Jedi have control over all of the Force users.
Yes.
So when there's these rarities of like, okay, this Force user escaped or this one escapes and like this child of the Force or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can come across that rarity. It's like, okay, not only did this one escape the Jedi somehow, but it also has this like fucking horrific backstory, right?
Yeah.
Here's your evil fucking backstory. Like this is what I need to use. I need to manipulate this to create an apprentice. Like that to me is the more feasible.
Yeah. And you know what? That does make a lot of sense. Now that you mention it like that. Because yeah, it seems pretty obvious that he wants an apprentice to help defeat his master, like they've all done up to this point. And he said, "I don't make the rules; the Jedi do."
Right.
Yeah. And I can't remember what that was in response to, but again, insinuating that it's the Jedi who have these strict rules, can't use the Force.
They're the Gestapo. They make the laws. They're the ones enforcing them.
Yep.
So everything, like, look what we have so far, right? We have the Jedi Council, who's really not involved in this because there's this huge cover up, right? So you have this rogue faction of like the Jedi CIA that's trying to cover its tracks for this thing they fucked up. Like, oh shit, we had this op, it went bad, that we pulled this kid out of, but we thought that the twin was dead, which the twin turns up alive. Fuck, now we got to deal with both of those things, and it's going completely sideways on them.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have to show up in some fucking committee meeting with the actual, Jedi Council and be like, yo, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, there's a bunch of dead Jedi now. What the fuck are you going to do? I mean, that's what's going to happen next, right?
Right.
Now it's going to be, okay, Soul, you're going to show, like, Soul's going to have to show back up and answer to the fucking, Twinkle Tits, whatever her fucking name is.
OSHA?
No, the fucking broad. They're going to end up back on Coruscant or whatever. And he's going to have to,
the green gal, yeah.
He's going to have to answer to fucking green Twinkle Tits.
Vernestra was her name.
I'm glad you have that in your head. He's going to have to answer to mail on this. And then ultimately it's going to go all the way up to the council. And they're going to need a fall guy, and it's going to be Soul. I can tell you that right now.
Well, assuming he even makes it
spider.
back to Coruscant.
Look at this spider.
Where is it?
It's like...
Oh, yeah.
I think it's using my arm.
Christ, it's tiny.
It obviously has a fucking death wish.
Yeah. Looks great on the YouTube. Yay!
And dead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah. They start fighting again, and then enter Yord. So this is like Yord starts coming up from behind, force grabs the Cortosis helmet and uses that to short out fucking Kamir's lightsaber. And but again, Kamir is so fucking powerful, he just hand-to-hands him, pulls his arm behind his back, grabs his fucking head and
right. Snaps that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was so happy this dude died. Unusually happy that this dude died. Yeah. That Yord died.
Well,
like this pencil neck fucking prick. I just was like, I was just glad he's dead.
Yeah. I'm glad you're dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, is this the first time we've seen a Jedi get killed by someone's bare hands?
Probably. I mean, seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't think one exists.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like not laying hands on like it's not force lightning. It's not force choking. This is just straight like fucking grab his neck. Again, this dude knows fucking Krav Maga, and everyone else is fucking using their 5th grade karate skills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pronouncing that right, and it's pissing me off because my mouth isn't making the word proper.
All right, this is another character motivation flaw that I had. Because like they're all here now at this point, like fucking Soul, OSHA, fucking Smiley, and May were all there. And while this is going on, while, you know, after this guy fucking killed all these Jedi and is now fighting with Soul, instead of, you know, maybe thinking to help, OSHA just follows fucking May and makes sure she shoots her with the fucking stun gun.
Right.
Instead of being like, hey, remember how we used to kind of use our powers together? Power 2, you know, maybe we can help this guy. But no, May's going to run away and OSHA's going to shoot her and just, you know, fuck whatever's going on back there.
I still am in that camp, and I think I talked about this last week, where it's like OSHA's you have to get over, like, she's going to have to get over this huge hurdle of like my twin sister murdered everyone in my family and everyone we knew and set fire to everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
So like putting together their fucking, Power Ranger fucking Green Lantern whatever's.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, let's go, Power. What was the cartoon? They put their rings together and they fucking did shit.
Oh God.
What
was the name of that show? I can't remember. I'm
anyway,
sure somebody in the chat.
Yeah, somebody knows that.
Yep. But I do know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
Thank you. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Yeah. I'm fine with OSHA not immediately being like, "Oh, sister love." No. Because all of the years of like, this bitch killed my fucking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough one to get over.
Yeah.
Captain Planeteer. No, I don't think so.
So at some point during the Soul and Smiley match, they both like lose their sabers, and they go into like a full-on hand-to-hand combat fight that goes on for a bit. And even that was awesome, as they're just fucking punching each other, kicking, doing their fucking Matrix moves, and I'm like, damn, this is fucking good.
Yeah, more fighting.
Yeah, and this is just hand-to-hand, but it's still great. Oh, and then he looks over at OSHA and he's like, oh yeah, because Soul kind of gets him. Like, he's got a saber to Smiley's neck, and OSHA stops him. She's like, Soul! So he doesn't kill an unarmed man. And
which is okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because let's find out what really happened with the sisters, and then we can we can talk about this. Because then he'd just be a hypocrite. But and then Kamir mentions to OSHA, like, hey, you trust him even after everything he did to you? And this is what's making me think, because I feel like somewhere in this series somebody said something about how the Jedi can manipulate your memories and like give you false memories.
I think they manipulated your memory.
The Jedi?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember that at all?
No.
Okay. I feel like it was just like a brief throwaway line, but it's making me think that maybe they did do some like memory configuring on OSHA after they took her.
I mean, sure. Like some brainwashing because she was older, right? For Padawans.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So maybe they do have like some conditioning.
Right.
Like, here's your Paris Island of fucking Padawans to make sure that they don't fucking try and run back to whatever they came from.
Right.
Which obviously didn't work because she still quit.
Right.
Like, she went through a bunch of the fucking training and then said, fucking, I'm out.
Well, and, I was thinking it could also be, Yord being like, well, fuck. You know, we walked in and we slaughtered all these bitches with our lightsabers. But I'm going to make her think that she saw them, you know, destroyed in a fire or whatever with no lightsaber marks on her. So, you know, that whole flashback episode that we saw, you know, that again, like we said, it was all kind of from Osha's point of view.
Right.
And maybe that was what they implanted in her mind to make her think that this is how all of it went. Fuck, she could have like not actually wanted to be a Jedi, but you know, they could have put that shit into her too. Again, I don't know how good this fucking memory manipulation is, but just another theory I had after I heard this back and forth. So anyway, this is when
or what could be, again, I think what potentially could be more plausible is that much like Palpatine would, if I'm the Sith or a Sith-like esque Sith, if I'm Sith-esque,
right,
then I'm going to like find your weakness and prey on it. I'm going to exploit that weakness, right? I know that this is the thought. Like I can exploit this particular thing. Like I've seen things in the Force, and I'm going to skew this particular way or that way because I do have the ability to see things in the Force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then exploit it that way. But that doesn't change the fact that the Jedi are complicit in whatever happened with the fire and everything else. There has to be something to that.
Oh yeah.
It can't just be like May just went nuts.
Yeah, no, I think they were fucking SEAL Team 6 rolling in on you know, a group of Force users that they were told to eliminate.
That's not Dev Guru doing shit like that. That's a fucking that's like the unit does shit like that. That's not a Dev Guru job.
Oh, okay. Well,
Osha be Mace's grandma.
Osha be Mace's.
That's Isaac just
brought
that up. Oh, I hope not.
No,
I hope not.
I don't see that happening.
That would be annoying.
Yeah. And yeah, so fucking I lost my place again.
Isaac's like, ignore me.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is when she takes fucking Pip. She's like, I love you, Pip. And then she puts the light on his fucking back and all the bugs come and take him away. I'm like, nobody actually thinks he's dead.
No.
Like, no fucking way.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, just a bunch of bugs. You've seen this guy take out now 5 fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not too concerned about bugs. And then Osha is going to confront May. No, because now she's confronting Soul. Osha's confronting Soul and be like, yo, what the fuck? What does he mean? Like, what you did to me.
Right.
And he's like, I'll explain. And then fucking, that's when May force pulls the stun gun and zaps Soul. So now we've just got the 2 sisters there.
Right. In a really awkwardly shot, obvious, like, this is the same person. This is the 1950s, so we're cutting it so that it looks like there's the same person.
I mean, what else do you want them to do?
I don't
CG
know.
Another one?
I don't know, but you could have done it better. That's all I'm saying. It was a little herky jerky to me. Like some of it wasn't that clean to me.
Yeah, all right.
I expected more of it. Like everything else looked so fucking good, and then when we got to that part, it just seemed a little bit ugh.
Okay. Like, so, honestly, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Again, nitpicking, because overall, I thought this was a really well put together episode.
Yeah.
Except for that bit.
Yeah.
Like, the Parent Trap did a better fucking job with Lindsay Lohan than.
Did you hear they're making a sequel to that one? And it's fucking Lindsay Lohan and what's her name coming back? Jamie Lee Curtis.
I can't think about Jamie Lee Curtis the same way anymore.
Since Trading Places?
Since hearing about the whole penis thing.
Oh, geez. Oh, like everybody thought for years she was a Hermie?
Yeah. I just like, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's just wrongly so. but it's just there.
Yeah.
So now it's just I can't, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But regardless, no, I won't be watching that because what rehab center did they drag Lindsay Lohan out of to get her into this fucking movie?
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I just heard that like 2 or 3 days ago. I'm like, really?
Oh, Freaky Friday sequel, Jason, not Parent Trap.
But didn't she do the new Parent Trap also?
I don't know.
Lindsay Lohan?
You saw how clueless I was for that other bit, so I'm not going to know that other piece of information.
I think we just need to move on.
Yes.
As you know, OSHA and May are having their back and forth. May mentions, or OSHA says, you followed a false master, and May's like, so did you. And then she mentioned that May to OSHA, they've brainwashed you again, which kind of makes me think like some type of mind manipulation.
We were brainwashed.
Yeah. Try not to think about those days anymore. Then at one point, fucking May just force pushes her away when OSHA like again tries to restrain her, and she apparently that was enough to knock OSHA out. I guess she tripped and hit her head on a rock. I don't know, but she's out fucking cold at this point.
Clunk, sleep.
Yeah. And then we get this really weird fucking dramatic scene where May like takes out the lightsaber, it was Kelnaka's saber, I think, and does this dramatic haircut motion.
Right.
Because she now is assuming the identity of OSHA.
Mm-hmm.
So, which, that scene seemed a little unnecessary, but it's whatever.
I'm gonna cut my hair right now.
Yeah. And then it makes you wonder, is that how they cut their hair for all these years? They just do the like one motion with like a sharp knife for a lightsaber.
I feel like that would smell. Right?
I mean,
burnt hair smells.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I'd want to smell that.
Yeah.
Like and that would linger too. I mean, like you can't just like burn hair and just like walk into a room and go, "Hey, what's going on?" People are like, "Do you smell that? It smells like burnt hair." Like, no, I don't smell anything. Do you smell?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be funny.
What's that scene in Anchorman? Oh, what's that smell?
Yeah, Anchorman that we didn't cover this week.
Which we will.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yep. So Smiley lives, and
of course he does.
Yeah. And
surprising no one.
In the background, we see the dog man that from last episode, who was their tracker. We see him grab the remains of Pip and run away.
Yeah, dog man, or more like Groundhog from the Pennsylvania lottery commercials is what he reminds me of. But go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And as fucking Soul and OSHA are walking back to the ship,
right, you
see a couple of dudes sitting down playing what is it, Dejaric? The hologram chess game, but they have physical pieces.
Right.
They have a physical board and physical pieces.
Old school Dejaric.
Yeah, which I thought that was pretty cool. Physical Dejaric game, and then Dogman. Oh yeah, the Dogman is following Soul and May, and you can tell that he can tell that that's not really OSHA.
Like, I can smell the difference.
Yeah.
Bears can smell the menstruation. to have another Anchorman reference.
Yeah. So yeah, they go back to the ship, and then fucking OSHA's still laying there unconscious, and that's when Kamir, Darth Smiley, shows up, and he's like monologuing as he's walking over to her.
Right.
Talking about the depths of our despair and all of this stuff. And while this is going on, this was pointed out to me later, and on second viewing, I noticed it clear as day. They're playing the Kylo Ren theme at this point. The do 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 do, or however it goes.
Huh.
Yeah, they play it like 3 times.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, what does this have to do with Kylo Ren? No fucking clue. And I think we were seeing a close up of his helmet at the start of that too. So again, they could just be doing that to fuck with us. You know, maybe they're trying to tie this into like the Knights of Ren or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah, those worthless pieces of shit. But he fucking force heals Osha. She had like this big gash in her leg, and he like fucking force heals, and then he just puts his like cloak over her to like keep her warm, and that's the end of the episode. Yeah, so we now have.
We have to assume that he knows it's not.
Oh yeah,
May.
oh yeah,
Like,
100%. And I almost kind of think Saul also knows that that's not Osha, just kind of the way he looked at her in the beginning.
You'd have to know. You'd have to know.
You would think, but you know, he didn't really fight it.
This dude is the master of bad decisions.
Yeah.
Like, he is one of those people that you're like, hey, I'm not going to give you $100 because you're going to go spend it on things that you're not supposed to have.
Right.
Like, it's just, you're not going to get any change back. He's going to park illegally. Like, he's the master of bad decisions.
Yeah.
And he's making another one. It's inexplicable how awful he is. And I'm not talking about I'm just talking about the character himself, like the compiling of bad decisions that is happening.
And you know something went down, you know, back with the witches.
Oh yeah, it had to.
Like he had to have done something nefarious to start all this.
He's the last guy. He's the last man standing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Out of that group. So, and right now the fucking old girl's right there in the kill zone.
Yep. So
she's going to make it all the way back to Coruscant. Like, she's going to make it back right into the belly of the beast and start all kinds of shit in this.
Right.
What we see next.
Or she's going to stop him from getting there. You know, she could just wait for his back to be turned.
I don't know. When you maybe if that's her goal, is only take him out. But I feel like her escape is not her plan.
Right.
You know? Yeah. She wants to infiltrate like where all these other fucking Jedi are.
Yeah.
Who again are the nexus of her life being ruined because they took her sister away in the very beginning of this.
Yeah. And yeah, so as she was leaving, I'm like, I have no idea what she's planning to do when she gets on the ship with Soul. But obviously now, fucking Kamir has Osha, and I would imagine in the next episode he's gonna start telling her about what really happened. He might reveal more about himself, and I think he's gonna try to make Osha his acolyte.
Maybe. Because Osha's had training.
Yeah.
Right? So, who knows?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, though. I think
interesting.
Like, his goal now is because, well, really, it's always to have an acolyte. But now I think he's going to go for Osha as opposed to May.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who knows what evil lurks in the minds of men?
Yeah.
The shadow knows. You ever listen to that?
Only when the movie came out.
Okay.
Because, you know, they were hyping it by talking about what it was based on, those old radio shows. So, yeah, I listened to a couple of them during that time. Never saw the movie, but.
So on 12:10 a.m., like the radio station, they would play on Sunday evenings. They would play old time radio stuff.
Nice.
So they play the Shadow. They play the Green Hornet.
Oh man!
Like, so you'd have these old radio serials that would come on, and I would lay in my bed and listen to these old radio shows.
That's cool.
On the radio.
How old were you?
I don't know. 10, from like age 10 to like 13, probably.
Okay.
You know, they did it for a long time. I mean, it was pretty consistent, especially in the summer, because I could stay up a little bit later.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would listen just later and listen, because you couldn't have the TV on. So yeah, I'd listen to these old serials.
That's cool.
Who knows what evil lurks in the minds of men? Dragnet. Listen to Dragnet. Yeah.
So anyway, Tina said in the chat that she's very suspicious of Soul now, and I'm like,
It took you this long, Tina? Jeez.
To kind of wrap it up, to me, this is no doubt the best episode of the series so far. I think it eclipses everything that's come before it.
Just with the lightsaber battles alone. I mean, it's the choreographed fight scenes just make it. It brings an element to this that I hope this is not a one-time thing. I hope we get more fight sequences.
I would imagine we will, at least towards the very end.
I hope so, because I don't want this to be like, we did this one fight sequence, and now it's going to be blockades and fucking, a bunch of, monologuing and bullshit.
A blockade is perfectly legal.
But I agree with you. The episode was really good. I'm really looking forward to what happens tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to watch it this week. Not because I'm going to be traveling, but because I think Kristen might kill me if I watch the next episode with her, because she's been with me every episode on this one.
You just have to wait till you get back. You're going to be busy with family. And
yeah.
So it'll be easy to not watch it.
Yeah. And I doubt I'll be on social media much. So
yeah, you'll be fine.
All right. Fair enough.
Like I said, it's not like you're going on a work trip where you're just going to be sitting in a hotel.
Yeah.
And you're going to be bored off your tits.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So yeah, that's it though. I fucking love this episode. I would imagine you're in the same boat, and I cannot wait for the next one, which is what we're covering next week. Because as part of the decision to do this episode this week, we've decided we're just going to talk about it every week until the end.
Yeah. That way, I mean, even if it hits or it misses, at least we're on top of it.
Yeah.
There's no sense in waiting 2 weeks, honestly. And there's only, 8 episodes we got to worry about. So
yeah, so we only got 3 left.
Yeah, craziness.
Yep.
You wait so long for these fucking things, and then it's like, oh, no, it's over. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's this is probably the earliest we've finished in a long time.
That's what she said.
The sacred Jedi.
That was.
Oh God, I don't know why that's so funny.
I hit the wrong button.
My penis is so smooth.
There you go. I hit the buttons with my soda.
Well, hold on. I want to try to recreate that.
My penis is so sacred Jedi.
No, it was more.
Yeah.
It was
It
closer.
was closer.
The sacred Jedi.
Because, like, as soon as he finishes saying, "My penis is so small," it's just like, ah!
Or how about all 4?
The sacred Jedi.
Oh yeah.
2 different. Oh God, this fucking soundboard. It is just a warning for headphone users all over the world.
Sorry about that, Isaac.
37 bits. Doing live.
Oh, that's good stuff. So, but yeah, I think that's it.
That's it.
And again, fuck the haters. Fuck them. Fuck them right in their ear.
Yep.
Because
Make your own opinions. Watch the show.
yeah,
Make your own opinions. It's Star Wars. If for nothing else, you're watching Star Wars.
yeah, and
Watch
it's
it
good Star Wars.
Watch it to form your own opinions. Is it the best Star Wars thing that they've ever made?
No, of course not.
It's not. But this past episode was some great fucking lightsaber shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're not super into the story, there was some great lightsaber shit.
Yeah, or the hand-to-hand fighting,
Yeah.
which we got a lot of too.
Yeah.
So, all right, but that's it.
I'm going to read.
Oh, okay. I thought we didn't have reads, but go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just going to read the basics. I'm going to have the basics.
All right.
For those of you who have things happening, throw them into the chat and I will mention them. But in the meantime, you can find us at bio.link /thesidebarcantina, where you find our links to Patreon, YouTube, our audio podcast on Apple, Audible, and Spotify, and all social media platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Once you get to the bio link, simply click symbols under our pick to go to your platform of choice. You can also find all of our past Spotify mixtape playlists.
I don't know what's going on.
Also, in our bio link is our T Public merch shop. Choose from 7 designs on everything from t-shirts and hoodies. I can't maintain that.
I don't even know what you were doing.
I don't know. I don't know either. Yeah, so there's there's something wrong with my voice earlier this morning, and like there's like a little hitch in my giddy up in my voice for some reason. I'm not sure what's up. So like trying to do other like any like real stress on my vocal cords has been like real kind of weird. I think it has to do with the other stuff that's going on. It's not doing anything like crazy with voices or anything. Yeah, so trying to test that out and it's not working. So phone cases that I mentioned, stickers and pins. How about wall art? Magnets, notebooks, laptop cases, pillows?
Pillows.
Just about anything you can imagine. Nothing says loving like a naked Jason chick on a pillow. Go to bio.link /thesidebarcantina and click merch. Reviews?
No new reviews.
Please write us a 5-star review on Apple or Audible. Don't have an Apple or Audible account? Our Facebook page has a review feature too, which I've never actually seen work. Not at least in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
But you can screenshot us a review and hit done on DMS on the pic on Instagram or Twitter, your name and address, so Luna Girl can send you a super cool ATSW family swag pack. This is your chance to tell us your thoughts on the show. Jason, Hennifer Lopez, or Hank, or Edith, or Mama, or Drunk Tumbo Call, or somebody fun will read your review word for word on our next episode. I promise you, if you leave a review, I will come up with a voice. I will do it, despite whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know who you want to read it, who you, good people of Earth, want to read it. Finally, if you catch us on Spotify, help us out and click those stars. If you are listening to us on audio, please consider joining us in a live chat on Mondays. The chat is most definitely where it's at. If you are new to Sidebar, please subscribe, ding that bell, select all to receive notifications when we go live. Hopefully it works for you, unlike what happened to Helmet Fire. Remember to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And thank you to all of our Patreon members. And congratulations to
Nicholas Schaefer.
Nicholas Schaefer for...
I think at one point I accidentally called him...
Kalevich?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. And I wasn't sure if I misheard it. So that's why I'm bringing it up again.
Yeah, no.
To make sure that person knows.
I'm just retarded. That's all.
It's fair. But thank you to all our Patreon supporters. You, indeed, are the reason why we do this. And that's it.
All right.
I did not get anything from any of the people, but I see Use and Abuse Pod in the chat, so go look at their shit. Bronco Fett's in the chat. Go to the Orange and Fett show. I'm sure they're doing good shit. Swede Studios doing stuff.
Always doing stuff.
His birthday is over the 4th of July weekend.
He's got the same birthday as my mom.
There you go. Wish them both a happy birthday.
Yep.
And the Escape Pod guys, not sure what they got coming up, but I'm sure it's going to be funny. Keith Lehman's been doing stuff.
Yep.
Who else? I don't know. All of you people support all the other people.
Yes.
Because that's how this community works.
Exactly.
And stop shitting on Star Wars.
Yes. All right. And that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the show because I got to catch an early flight. Yep. But yeah, loving this series. Go watch it yourselves. Watch it again. And until next time, Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Before we click this, Orange Fett reviewed Godzilla versus Kong, A New Empire.
All right.
So check them out.
See.
3PO. Okay, now what do I click?
All right, guys, we got to close up the stream, but thanks again for sticking with us. We should be going back to normal time next week.
Yep.
So again, this is just circumstances made us have to go early. So we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace. Happy 4th.